Hello everyone, and this video is going to be tailored towards my review and or opinions and or thoughts about Nioh 3 alpha demo that came out recently, and I was able to play through the entire demo, not entirely through the entire demo, but I made it to the boss and beat the boss, unlocked the secret challenge. I haven't got a chance to do any of the co-op stuff. And then I also haven't been able to explore co-op modes and do the other stuff since I was a little bit late to playing because I've been busy with other stuff. So, but in this, I'm going to explain all the stuff and cool stuff that I think are really cool in this game, and probably I'm going to also explain some of the bad stuff that is in this game, so you can actually be able to see and tell what you can make your own eyes and play for a game point for the game. So let's talk about let's just talk about the basic stuff for your character. Your character, you could be either a male or female when the game starts. I pick the lady. That is going to be, you can be the lady or you can be the dude at the very beginning of the game when the game starts. When you do, you put you into a scenario that learns the buttons, but not very too much of the buttons. And then you get to play a little bit until you get to the first boss fight, which is a samurai guy that is in red armor. And then once you beat him, they put you in this area where you be in chapter 2, the warring states. So once you start chapter 2, this entire demo takes place in all of chapter 2. So all the stuff that your character can do, you can be a ninja. So like I am right now, I am a ninja. You can also be a samurai. So you have between 2 are basically 8 movesets you can do. Well, there's technically more movesets that are going to be out. So you still have your stances where you got your high, your medium, your low. Where you got the low where you attack fast, the medium takes a little bit fast, and then you also have the high stance where you do high damage. But then you also have the sheath stance, but you have to unlock that skill once you get it unlocked. You still have your item inventory here on the side, so you can switch in between by holding the R1 button, so you can switch in between your item selection. But when you go to the ninja side, the ninja is a little bit faster than the samurai, but the samurai has a little bit stuff. So let's talk about what the samurai has. The samurai, being in samurai form, you do have basically a better block, so you have perfect block. Once you get it unlocked, you get perfect block for the samurai. With the samurai, you'll be able to block just about every single attack or elemental move, but if you still get hit by elemental, you can still get built up with status effects that are tailored to those status effects, like water, lightning, and any of those, and or fire for burning and stuff like that. But you still be able to block. But there's also a perfect block in the game that you're able to do once you be able to come across like a creature. So like if I go to the beginning area, I can show you the perfect block that you're able to do, because once you have that, you be able to do a perfect block and everything else in the game. So right here at the very beginning, we're at the guy. I'm gonna do that perfect block, perfect block. Oh, we missed there. But right there, we did 3 perfect blocks, so you can see that you can do a perfect block. But then if you go to the samurai, you have perfect dodge, where I didn't dodge right there, but you do have a perfect dodge. So you can be able to do that and be able to return your stuff with the ninja. So those are the 2 things you'd be able to do between that. Well, that is what your main thing is for the samurai. The samurai will be holding all, nothing. There's also titles now. Titles have been unlocked. Yay. So, with your armor sets, you do have 2 separate armor sets between your samurai form and your ninja form. In samurai form, you do have your weapons that you can choose from that it is in the demo is the odachi, a samurai sword, and a spear. So those are the only 3 weapon types that you can choose from that are in the demo right now. If you wanted to do for the ninja, you do have the kurisigama. You do have your fist type weapons that'd be like claws and talons. And then you also have the dual samurai swords or dual blades or dual katanas that you're able to use when you're in your ninja form. So these are the 2. These are it. You both. So here's the cool thing about that I like about one of the that I like about in the game is that you have 2 separate equipment stuff. For you have your own equipment loadout for the ninja side, but then you also have your own equipment loadout for the samurai side. So now for the samurai side, you only can use only heavy armor or medium to light to medium heavy armor stuff. Whereas the ninja is all about light armor, so you can be able to light to just about above a little bit light, where it's like your weight is 2 and stuff like that, because you need to be moving faster as a ninja. But this is in your armor and equipment style, so you're able to switch between the 2, and that is really cool. So let's go be with the ninja. So the ninja has also its own special moveset. If you can see, that's under the screen, under where I'm at right now. So you can see under screen right now, you get tools that are used for the ninja. To replenish these tools, you have to go either kill a bunch of yokai, or just fight people, or just go run around killing stuff. You get to replenish your items. This is where you get your ninja techniques, like your ninja lightning, your ninja jump, and your shurikens that you're able to do. You're also able to switch this stuff out at the shrine, to if you wanted to get another loadout for your preparation, not preparations, but skill management or any of that stuff. It's not in skill management. Where is it? It is part of, I remember finding it once, but it's in here, so you can actually change this stuff out. So you can change it. I just forgot where it was, because I did it once, because it's not under this, not under blessings, and it's definitely not under level up or change or mana, or it's not battle scrolls, it's not co-op. No, it's definitely not preparations. It's in one of these. I forgot. It's a little bit. So I just got done doing the super hard thing for it. But you can change it out if you want to or not. So you can do that and then pick something else. So you still have the other cool thing that is in the game is that underneath where my picture is, you do get the warring states for exploration levels, where you get exploration levels for finding basically anything and everything in the entire section of the area. That'd be getting all your items, getting all your kodamas, finding the Jizos, the 6 Jizo statues, unlocking the shrines, finding treasure chests. You have all of this in the castle towns, in the castle maps area as soon as you start, but it is grayed out until you find that location. So basically, just run around and you'll find the stuff that you can do. Sometimes they'll lead off to side missions, where the side missions have to have you run from one place to another place, and then you have to go do that. There's barely any backtracking with it. It had me run from here to there, and then over to somewhere over here. And then this one had a mission where I had to go from over here, then over here, and then back over here for another mission, because that's how they structured some of their missions inside of this game, so you can do other type of missions while you're exploring. The base enemies and monsters are still the same. If you kill them and you do this at the prayer thing, they do respawn back, which is pretty cool. They all respawn back, all the guys, except for specific enemies. That be the enemies that are at stronghold, at enemy bases. So if I go to this enemy base over here, you can tell that they have not been responded back over here whatsoever. So I can literally just run in here, and you can see these are one of the special places where the enemies will not respond back. There's usually another big enemy that has like a shadowy thing, but you can't see them until you run up close up to them. Those are still in the game, but once you beat them once, they're gone away. They're gone, so you don't have to worry about those either. Now, there's another one that's right in front of. There's another one. Yay! There's another one. There's another one. I was hoping not for another one. So, besides just that, you also, those are just the small things and everything else that you can able to do in the game. So you do have your blessings. This is new. Now I'm gonna go through the menus and talk about everything in there. So this is your new stuff now that they did for the Kodama blessings. Before in Nioh 1 and Nioh 2, you found Kodamas, and then you had to select a blessing comparative to their hats. So if they had a brown bowl, or let's say the one had a red bowl, you get specific theirs for elixirs. If they had a black bowl, you get stuff for Amrita. If they had something else, but you could, for different bowls on their heads for hats that they have, you get the special stats once you collect all of them, or a certain amount of them, but you can still use them. In this, they changed it to where the more Kodamas you get, the more Kodama merit that you get at the bottom. You can use that merit to use on any of these at any time throughout the entire progression of your playthrough. So you can level this back down to 0 whenever you want, or you can keep it at the maximum of level 3. I put it at level 3 because the big major thing in this game is to get elixirs, because if you don't have healing items, you will die a lot if you don't have that sort of stuff and everything else. So you got these stuff there, but then you have, they added another thing, is the Jizo's blessings. These are for the maximum crucible worlds that are in the game that they're a little bit harder, but that game mode is just a tad bit tougher. It's much tougher because they will show it to you if you played the demo or not. So it has the same way where you get the Jizo merits, and then you also get your stuff back where you can get more drop rate for elixirs, because that's what I did, and that's when I started getting more and more elixirs. You do have your level up screen. The level up screen is still the exact same, except a little bit of change. They got rid of some of the stuff that was in Nioh 2 and changed it out for so now intellect and magic. So they made it a little bit more simplified, but you still got your main base stats from most of the games of the Nioh series and stuff like that. Then you also have, you can change your guardian spirit now. Your guardian spirit is also part of your combat style. So now you get at least two guardian spirits, Shinroku and Guhin. You get both of those very early on at the beginning of this demo. And then you can switch them out to what you want. And then it's also it tells you what your requirements and stuff like that you can do. And then you get special moves for using said guardian spirits. Your soul cores are now tied to your magic, but there's also something else I don't know what they're tied to because they haven't implemented in the demo. But this is where all your magic is now tied to, is to your soul cores. So now if you want to get magic in the game, you need to go kill and hunt yokai and get their soul cores so you can see what they are. So if you go into the kappa, it tells you at the very bottom what it does. If it's in yang position, it's a summon, so you can summon it and use it as an item on the field. But if it's in the yin position, it gives you a luck bringer talisman that you're actually able to use. So you got cleansing talisman, your life leech talisman, your fire stop talisman, so you can buff your weapons, and then your life steal talismans. You got your barrier. Oh, there's the barrier talisman. It was from the final boss with the auto grave recovery at 17%. So these are where you can get your talismans at, or you can have them summon as a creature for you. So like right now I have the Kodama, not the Kodama, but the Kappa, where you do the Kappa and it summons out the Kappa and it does the attack of the Kappa. So basically each one has a different one. It's a little bit different now. I don't know how they're going to add more to it with the soul cores and stuff like that. So that's basically it for that. Now you have battle scrolls. The battle scrolls are basically your objectives in the game that you're going through, finishing up quests. They also give you rewards for doing these items and certain things. You unlock this one once you beat the demo. You have to beat the demo to unlock this, and then once you beat it, you get these items here, but they're not really much of a worry because the demo is going to be gone and you have to play. It's something harder if you want to do these challenges just to get some extra stuff. The co-op stuff, I have not did the co-op stuff yet. This is where you can get your, I think you can get Ochoku cups, because I know you can fight red revenants to fight to get your cups. That's how you get more cups, and the more cups you have, that allows you to summon more blue spirits to help you out during the fights. So it makes things a little bit easier and not as hard as a challenge. Then you also have your preparations, so you can still make offerings, so you can get rid of your stuff and items, but there is no equipment and no blacksmith yet in the game, so I haven't come across anything. And then there's your boon, and then you have your skill management. These are new. These are your passives that allow you to do your things that are basically passives for your character. So you have your aerial strike for your ninja, your sneak, where it causes enemies to drop items after a successful assassination. That'd be like your sneak up behind them and instantly kill them. You got your venom fang techniques. You have these passives are in here, but you also have your skill capacity. So you have to go find out the skill books and or capacity items to make it go higher. But you can switch any of these in and out at any time. So if you want to change it up, these are here permanently, but you have to go find the skill book first. You have to find the skill evasion expert in the map. So it's making you want to play the game. So you have to go and find them and then rest at a save point. The thing is that I did learn is if you die with these do not leave your inventory. They will stay in your inventory permanently once you find them, and because that'd be kind of sucky if you died and then you lose them. So these are your samurai ones that are really good that I've come across so far in the demo. And then you have your common skills that are used for everything. There's also a certain one that change your style without changing your style. That means you have to hold the button R2 down to change your style if you want to change your style. So if you wanted to just focus on one style without changing it, you can, and it's right here with Resolute. You just have to find the skill book, and then once you find it, get it to unlock. So that is there. So those are all the stuff that you can do in this section here. So I remember now, if you wanted to change your other thing, is you have to go to item inventory. It's still the same from Nioh 1 and 2. It kind of sucks. I wish they would change this up. Change this menu up, because this menu still sucks at finding items. They still got it sort type by rarity and items and all of that crap. But the thing is, this thing is clunky and it's old. It needs to be updated to something different or better. I like it's okay. I didn't use most of the items except some of the talismans and stuff like that. So that's the only downside is still the exact same. There's not a good inventory management for your items. I just wish there was a better inventory management or something for the items, but it's kept the same, so you at least know that's exactly the same. What kind of sucks, it's still the same. You still got, this is where your skills and stuff is for your samurai, your ninjutsu, your odachis. Now they just take 1 point of ninjutsu point or your samurai points. That's all. You just gotta level up, basically find them in the world and then put them however you want them. So like I did with ninjutsu, I just leveled up a bunch of stuff. There's a skill that I did unlock, but I can't use it or get it as a set until I figure out how to unlock it or whatever. But you get this is where you get to customize your skills and stuff for your characters, for your samurai and for your ninja skills. So this is where you can get to change some of that stuff out. But right here is where you get to change it out. Yeah, it's right here. So if you want to change your pinwheels, you get to change it to between the other items. But once you do, you're not going to have, it's going to be 0. So you will have to go fight some monsters. So like if I change that to shuriken, and then when I go back over, it's at 0. So I have to go fight somebody to go get that back up and change that up. They just brought back titles and prestige points. I didn't even know they were going to add this into the demo. Like, why are you adding this into the demo if the demo's going to end like tomorrow and stuff like that? So there's titles and prestige points, so you can level up your stuff to make your stuff even more stronger, make yourself even much more stronger. And then basically there's progress. You can see how much you did and finished through the stuff. So, but that's basically it. What my take is, I like this game a lot. The game is pretty fun. It's very hard and very challenging. And there's some things that I hate. The flying enemies suck in this game. They need to fix how they move, because certain ones are very hard to hit. Like there's bees in the game, which are really hard to hit unless you switch to samurai. Switch the ninja, and then you come across in this area here, you come across a floating ice guy with a sword who zigzags across the screen like crazy, and it messes up the camera and it makes it really, really, really hard to fight him and stuff like that. I don't have a good thing for it. Also, they added these in. These are special challenges called Blood Edge Demons. These are people who are just basically trying to fight and beat this thing. It's a new challenge mode that they added. I think there should be like one. There was one over here, but now there's one also right here in front of the save point where I'm exactly standing at. But it's a super hard fight and boss fight. But you're able to get the items and armors from that. So I give this game a 4 out of what I would do for what I rank this game at out of 8 on my rating scale. I would rate this a 7 out of 8. It's because it didn't get an 8 out of 8 is because of the flying enemies, and that was the only thing that was annoying. I think the ninja needs a little bit of work, but the ninja's felt really good on movement, but I think there needs something to add more for being able to attack in the air, because you can jump now in the air and stuff like that. So you can dodge backwards now, but you don't get it until you beat the demo. So you can dodge forward, dodge backwards, and stuff like that until you beat the first area, until you beat the demo and stuff. So I think they might be able to work on some of that sort of stuff. Also, your summons, like you're going in your spirit form, is still exactly the same, but it's also a little bit cooler, so you get a little cool armor. But now they also added this where you can do your special moves with your stuff and then you have your bar at the very bottom beneath your health. But you have to play through, and you have to find the specific area over here. It was over, yeah, over here. It was right here, and this is where you unlock it at the lesser crucible and stuff, where they help you out once you get to those crucibles and stuff. So, but yeah, I give this game a 7 out of 8. So, thank you for hearing my thoughts and opinions on the game. I really do like this game a lot. This is going to be a day one buy for me because I am a giant Nioh fan. I love the games. I played through all of 1, 2, and all of 1 and 2, so I've played them a lot. I love this sort of challenge stuff. It makes it a little bit harder for me and stuff to play through. So thank you guys for listening and checking out my review for Nioh 3 Alpha Demo. It's in beta. It's still in alpha, so it's not going to be out until next year. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.